In kindergarten, I used a pink, glittery, spiral journal to recount my playdates in crayon. In middle school, though I had outgrown that particular brand of childish, sparkly notebooks, I still used journals to pour out my awkward 7th grade angst. But as social media gained popularity through high school, I began to turn to it instead to express anything from the funny situation in the lunch line to the heartbreak I felt at the passing of my relatives. As I did this more and more, sucked into a fixation with earning as many likes as I could, I realized that I was cheapening complex emotional responses into tweets of less than 150 characters, and moments of inexplicable joy into filtered Instagram posts. I knew I needed to change something to return to the way I was once able to so freely express my most genuine flaws, quirks, fears, and ambitions. Of course, I could return to the spiral journals, but something about their size and bulk and association with schoolwork pressured me to tentatively inscribe a formal, edited version of my true feelings. That is when I began to believe in an object that can fit in the palm of my hand, an object that is content to sit at the floor of my backpack, under notebooks and scattered among wadded gum wrappers and Cheerios crumbs, or content to quietly perch alone on my bedside table. I began to believe in the way it eagerly awaits the abrupt moment that it is flipped open in a harried frenzy of inspiration, no matter what place it resides in. I began to believe in the modest, leathery black sheen of its cover, with no bright colors or patterns to distract me from its true purpose. I began to believe in the way its thin pages could hold so much, curling from the weight of scrawled pen writing and whimsical doodles. I began to believe in my little black journal, and not only in the personal value it holds for me, but in the ways it can benefit any one of us. Because all of us live in a world where we are constantly overwhelmed by the urge to present ourselves as happy, successful, or confident to others, especially on social media, I believe in the privacy that a journal gives us. It doesn't ask you to bother with what others think of you, but to reflect on what you think of yourself and your experiences. It empathizes with your raw human vulnerability and will never ask you to be perfect. In the whirlwind of tedium that is many of our daily lives, I believe in the self-reflection that journals encourage. They ask you to be still for a moment and take a magnifying glass to the thoughts and fixations that have festered that day, that week, or that whole year. In this society where we overwhelm ourselves with mindless activities, journals enable us to discover our innermost thoughts. As the world we live in asks us to encase our private lives behind screens, I believe in the tangibility and permanence of journals. They will never slip away into the abyss of documents and photos that crowd our computer storage and profile pages. You can hold a journal in your hands 20 years from now, really hold it, and laugh or cry as you reflect on your life as a 14-year-old, 25-year-old, or 47-year-old. Our society doesn't provide us with many physical souvenirs of our lives, or many ways of understanding the complexity of what we really feel. But in this world void of connection with our own selves, I believe that a little black journal just might allow us to get back in touch with the person inside us all.